Suppose that I have a range of cells that I want to format as a table in Excel. Then I have different options or table styles. I can choose for a banded row or column style, where I have striped rows or columns. I can choose for a regular table style that does not have banded rows or columns. I also have the option to format my header row, which is the top row of my table. I can add a total row, which will give me by default the sum of all values at the most right column of my table. I can also choose to add a total to other columns, and I can even use other functions instead of sum, such as count, maximum, or average. Instead of formatting a range as a table, I can also choose to do it the other way around. So I can choose to convert a table to a range, and I can also change the name of my table, which I can use to refer to my table in a cell formula. Working with tables instead of ranges in Excel has some benefits. For example, you can easily sort or filter data within your table, and you can also easily add column or row totals. If I now go back to my sales order sheet in Excel, then I can select my range of sales orders, and I click on Insert Table. My table has headers, and this is the range of my table, so I click OK. And as you see, my range has now been converted to a table. I can choose my table style here. So suppose I want this table style, then I can select this style. I can also add a total row by clicking on total row. And as you see, my total row is added at the bottom of my table. And the total discounted sales amount is calculated here. I can also add a total for sales amount here. So I select sum. Suppose I want to have the average total, then I can select average. And as you see, the average sales amount and average discounted sales amount is calculated. To remove the total row, I just uncheck the total row. Suppose I want to resize my table, I can just click on Resize Table, and I can edit the range of my table here. I can also rename my table here, and I can convert my table back to a range by clicking Convert to Range. I click Yes, and as you see now the table is converted to a range, but the format of the table is kept. So I still have the same blue layout as in my table, but my table has now been converted to a range. I can easily spot the difference between a table and a range because I do not see the filter and sorting arrow in my header row, and also I do not see the table tools tab.